done a lot of good work over the last couple of days. Being at West Point yesterday was incredible, what incredible people they are. And I think it was a very big success, and it was an honor to be there. Very importantly, we had some very good talks with Iran yesterday and today, and let's see what happens. But I think we could have some good news on the Iran front. Likewise with Hamas on Gaza. We want to see if we can stop that. And Israel, we've been talking to them, and we want to see if we can stop that whole situation as quickly as possible. But having to do with nuclear, we've had some very, very good talks with Iran, and I don't know if I'll be telling you anything good or bad over the next 2 days, but I have a feeling I might be telling you something good. We've had some real progress, serious progress. On any other front, I don't know. Do you have any questions?
Do you have a message for the Senate? A lot of Republicans have said there are going to be significant changes to the budget bill.
Well, I want the Senate and the senators to change, to make the changes they want, and we'll go back to the House and we'll see if we can get them. In some cases, those changes maybe are something I'd agree with, to be honest. It happens. But we've had a very good response from the Senate, and I don't know how Democrats can't vote for it. If they don't vote for it, they're talking about a 68% tax increase. Remember that. If the Democrats don't vote, it's a 68% tax increase, which is ridiculous. And one of the things that's being covered indirectly is the fact that we'll be lowering the cost of drugs from 50 to 85% under Trump. And it's going to have indirectly something to do, not directly, but indirectly something to do with the bill, the one big, beautiful bill. And it is a big, beautiful bill. And so I think the Senate is going to get there. I hope they're going to get there. I think they're going to have changes. Some will be minor and some will be, fairly significant. But we've been working with the House all the way up. They've been working together. And the Speaker has been working with the leader of the Senate, and they've done
One of my biggest sources of anxiety for this presidency is the fact that I genuinely don't think anyone has a model for what happens when you have a mad king who can do whatever he wants but also has no power at all in a modern developed country, right? Like, you see that shit in antiquity, but nowadays this isn't really a thing anymore. Even with Biden in his term and Reagan in his second term, where he was also very cognitively compromised, he had a whole team of people trying to cover for him. Same with Biden. Trump nowadays really doesn't. They just let him out anywhere, basically. He just does whatever he wants. So I don't really know where that goes. I don't know where that goes, man. What do you mean he has no power? What I mean is that if he wants to do something, no matter how stupid it is, and the people around him don't discourage him, he'll get his way. But if there's any internal pushback on it, they'll just ignore him and not do it, basically. He has infinite but no power, the same way that the respected grandpa with dementia has the same, where if the grandpa insistently wants something, everyone will kind of make way for it and make it happen. But if you really want to ignore him, you can.
Great job. John Thune and Mike Johnson have done a fantastic job. They've been working together all the way up, so hopefully that'll be fine.
President Trump, he's under federal investigation. Do you have a comment on that and how that should impact the mayoral election coming up?
No, I was surprised. I didn't know exactly. I just read about it just like you did, having to do with Andrew. I've known Andrew, and we've had an on-off relationship. He was saying the greatest things about me. I'm the greatest president, etc. And then the next day it hit us. But I did a lot for them. I brought in the ship during the COVID crisis. I brought in the Mercy ship, and I built about 3,000 units in the Javits Convention Center, and he didn't use them. I don't understand. He wanted them, but he didn't use them. But I hope it's going to be okay. I hope it's not going to be serious for him. Let's see what happens.
You spoke to European Commission President von der Leyen. Did you discuss the 50% tariffs, and did you agree to reduce?
She just called me, as you know. And she asked for an extension on the June 1st date. And she said she wants to get down to serious negotiation because I've told you specifically, but I told anybody that would listen, they have to do that. And we had a very nice call, and I agreed to move it. I believe June 9th would be, July 9th would be the date. That was the date she requested. Could we move it from June 1st to July 9th? And I agreed to do that. And that she said we would.
Another pushback on the tariffs, 50% tariffs on the entire European Union, pushback a month and 8 days. There you go.
We'll rapidly get together and see if we can work something out.
Another question. You announced on Friday about U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel.
Yeah.
What will the ownership structure look like? What made you satisfied about that?
It'll be controlled by the United States. Otherwise, I wouldn't make the deal. I went to the unions, to all of the local unions. They all wanted it. And I'm doing it because all of the congressmen came in, about 5 of them. And the others, I understand, are in concurrence. And they asked that I do it. Everybody seems to want it. And we'll see. I mean, we'll see what the final is. But they're going to invest millions of dollars in steel. And it's a good company. Nissan's a very good company. We'll see. But it's an investment, and it's a partial ownership, but it'll be controlled by the USA.
President Trump, on Saudi Arabia, you came back with a lot of investments. There's an American who's stuck there and facing a trial for tweets. His family want you to intervene and ask the Crown Prince to let him go. What do you think about that?
I haven't heard about it at all. If you give me the information on the plane, are you on the plane? Give me the information. I'll see what I can do. Do you think he's okay?
I'm not a reporter. I can't say no.
But are you giving a recommendation?
No, I'm not. Okay.
Well, then maybe I won't do it. I don't know. You tell me.
Imagine being the family of that guy. That's funny.
The way you posed the question, I thought you assumed he was okay. What did he do, supposedly?
He sent some political tweets about Saudi Arabian politics.
Were they bad?
He said he approved of renaming a street in D.C. It was fairly innocent stuff by American standards.
Let me take a look.
Can you provide us an update on Russia and Ukraine as well?
Yeah, I'll give you an update. I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
President, what do you want to do about
And I'm
that?
surprised. I'm very surprised. We'll see what we're going to do. What am I going to tell you? You're the fake news, aren't you? You're totally fake. All right, any other questions? I don't like what Putin is doing, not even a little bit. He's killing people. And something happened to this guy, and I don't like it.
And can I follow up on that? A Russian commander reportedly said that Putin was almost caught in the middle of a drone attack from Ukraine. So do you have any...
I haven't heard that, but maybe that would be a reason. I don't know, but I have not heard that.
President Trump, Secretary Hexeth's acting chief of staff is a Biden administration holdover who has said some very critical things about you and Vice President Vance. Your thoughts on that?
Who is the chief of staff?
Ricky Faria.
I have no idea who he is, but if he did say that, I would recommend that we don't take him. I mean, if he did say something like that, I would recommend we don't take him. But let's see. I'll take a look. Korea, I'll check it out. Yeah.
On Harvard, do you think you'll come for their endowment in any way or go after financial aid?
Well, look, part of the problem with Harvard is that there are about 31%, almost 31% of foreigners coming to Harvard. We give them billions of dollars, which is ridiculous. We do grants, which we're probably not going to be doing much grants anymore to Harvard.
I've said this before, by the way, but the foreign students coming into Harvard usually pay full price, so they're actually the cash cows. It's American students who tend to get the handouts because of DEI, right? If it was left purely up to a market system, Harvard would only want foreign students because it'd be like all the wealthiest people in the world coming in, right? Or anyone who would pay full price. They wouldn't want to, have tuition or anything. It's it'd be like 98% foreign, I do think some preferentiality should be shown to domestic students, of course. I don't really think 30% foreigners is that bad for a place like Harvard.
But they're 31%, but they refuse to tell us who the people are. We want to know who the people. Now, a lot of the foreign students we wouldn't have a problem with. I'm not going to have a problem with foreign students, but it shouldn't be 31%. It's too much because we have Americans that want to go there and to other places, and they can't go there because you have 31% foreign. Now, No foreign government contributes money to Harvard. We do. So why are they doing so many? Number one. Number two, we want a list of those foreign students, and we'll find out whether or not they're okay. Many will be okay, I assume. And I assume with Harvard, many will be bad. And then the other thing is they're very anti-Semitic. Everybody knows they're anti-Semitic, and that's got to stop immediately.
President Trump, Secretary, are you in? New York Post.
Oh, well, I like the New York Post. I like Keith Poole. Okay.
So, Secretary...
No, I'm going to be nicer to him. I didn't know he was with him. Go ahead.
Secretary Besson has said that we don't need to return textile manufacturing to the United States. How do you see, like, a lot of your reciprocal tariffs? They're pretty big on those low-income countries.
Yeah, no, I tend to agree. We're not looking to make sneakers and T-shirts, and we want to make military equipment. We want to make big things. We want to do the AI thing with the computers and the many elements. But the textile, I'm not looking to make T-shirts, to be honest. I'm not looking to make socks. We could do that very well at other locations. We are looking to do chips and computers and lots of other things.
The crazy thing is that we actually have exceptions to chips and the tariffs, computer equipment. So we want to bring that home, but we're not tariffing those things. But we don't want to bring clothing and textiles home, but we are tariffing those things. Just a constant, oh man.
And tanks and chips, meaning ships.
We do want to do the AI thing with the computers,
happy with the talks with Iran. Will there be another round of talks soon?
Very soon. The Iran talks. I can't tell you what's going to happen tomorrow. I can tell you the Iran talks have been going very well.
And you said you're unhappy.
And I'd love that to happen because I'd love to see no bombs dropped and a lot of people dead. I really would like to see that happen. And I think there's a good chance that it could happen.
You mentioned you're unhappy with President Putin. You've talked before about putting more sanctions on Russia. Is that something you're considering more seriously?
Absolutely. He's killing a lot of people. I don't know what's wrong with him. What the hell happened to him, right? He's killing a lot of people. I'm not happy about that. Go ahead. What else? Anything else?
Did anyone else hear this up thing this guy's been doing? Oh my god, man. Again, he's not lying. How could anyone lie like this? Nobody could lie like this. It's not possible for a human to lie about this. No liar would talk like this. He genuinely he met with Putin a few times throughout his presidency, and Putin gassed him up, and he was like, oh, this guy's good, it's, as soon as I get into office, it'll be easy peasy. Oh man. Vlad, this isn't you. Wake up!
To throw Molotov cocktails at a U.S. Embassy office in Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
The person also reportedly, who's a dual German-U.S. citizen, issued threats against your life.
Against my life?
Against your life, yes, sir.
We've got a lot of them around. We've got a lot of sick people around. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
You're just listening in there to President Trump talking about...
The Russian media reporting on this is genuinely at a loss. They've failed to spin this in any way. It's that unserious. Yeah, it's just like, dude, we are going to be taken advantage of so much over the coming years and possibly decades. Like, America is basically like a giant leprechaun's pot of gold that can be plundered infinitely because our leadership is at best delusional and at worst actively contemptuous of the concept of American well-being, right? Like they actively don't want us to do well. If you compliment Trump, you can rob him blind. You can rob us blind. The Kremlin said he had an emotional breakdown. Is there any media on that? Are there any translations? You kind of deserve him. Listen, man, you can laugh at America all you want, but this plague of nothing meaning anything anymore is coming to you too. It's coming to every country on earth. It already has. To a large extent. I mean, the slow encroach of that behavior as in other countries. Listen, you might get your little Trump bump right now, but all the underlying material conditions that led to this point, we have no solution to them. Look at the EU and the AU. Yeah, and what happens after 4 or 10 more years of inept liberal governance? Housing prices continue to go up. Nobody can read AI. News completely captured by capital. You think the capital interest that did this in the United States can't do it in your country? This was just the biggest, freest pot of gold, man. You think they can't do it to you? We have no solution to the underlying problem here. Well, socialists do, but, you know, we kind of need to read to use AI, right? Sure, like at a 4th grade level, not functionally literate. My mom wants to know if you're a Democrat or what. I don't know anymore. Kremlin calls Trump emotional. Yeah, that's probably true. You saw his fantastic Truth Social post, right? Oh, that's probably linked in this article. Ah, give me the link. No link? That's fine. I hate you. Why can't I find the link? Close enough. I've always had a very good relationship with Putin of Russia, but something has happened to him. He's gone absolutely crazy. He's needlessly killing a lot of people, and I'm not just talking about soldiers. Missiles and drones are being shot into cities in Ukraine for no reason whatsoever. I've always said he wants all of Ukraine, not just a piece of it, and maybe that's proving to be right, but if he does, it'll lead to the downfall of Russia. It is up that purely off of ego, Trump is arriving at a more humanitarian position on Ukraine than Biden did with Palestinians. It's so up that even now the Democrats will not break with Israel. Like, you have some Democrats who are willing to admit that Biden is a wretched, egotistical piece of shit who tanked the party and who was essentially aided Trump into office. But they still won't break with Israel. Even as Trump, like, you know, continually like criticizes them and moves more towards the Gulf states and everything. I think we found a new level to the horseshoe theory. It is true that like the failings of the 4-quadrant political axis are more and more evident with each passing day. You know, it doesn't work as a model. Likewise, Zelensky's doing his country no favors by talking the way he does. What is he referring to? Everything out of his mouth causes problems. I don't like it, and it better stop. This is a war that would have never started if I were president. This is Zelensky's, Putin's, and Biden's war, not Trump's. I'm only helping to put out the big and ugly fires that have been started through gross incompetence and hatred. He should have ended this with thank you for your attention to this matter. He's been doing that a lot lately. What happened? Yes, I saw the German chancellor is now uncorking the good weapons for Ukraine. No more range restrictions. Hell yeah. His language is getting warmer towards Zelensky. Yeah, of course, man. Because, like, before, his language on Zelensky was like, Zelensky is a murderous dictator who should be deposed immediately. Every weapon given to Zelensky is a weapon given to rabid anti-Russian bigots who will menace the European population once they roam free. And now he's like, you know, did you even say thank you? It's wild how he actually believed that. Yeah, well, he's very impressionable. German chancellor also said today there's no good reason for the Israeli incursion into Gaza. Yeah, well, I mean, and again, like, this is one of the reasons why I'm not so hopeful for the future of Europe. Even though we're farther along the decay state than you guys are, right? Like, over here in America, you guys still aren't willing to do anything unless we give you permission. Trump starts to move from Israel, now you can criticize Israel. Trump gets more antagonistic towards Russia, now you start giving Ukraine the good weapons. You know, it's like you're still downstream of us, which makes me think like, you know, 5-10 years from now, who knows? Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe America collapses in a way that kind of dissuades other countries